Hey everybody, it's Kendra. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you've been here before. My video today is going to be a Thanksgiving Day vlog, probably Thanksgiving and the couple days after Thanksgiving. I've got some cool footage of doing some Thanksgiving cooking this morning, and now Paul and I are just out taking a walk and getting some fresh air. And as you'll see, we're in some really cool gear because it's hunting season here in Wisconsin and we do not want to be shot. So anywho, that's that. So yeah, follow along on our cool adventures in the Northwoods of Wisconsin. Hey cutie, what you doing?
You know, just working, enjoying the winter, the beginning of the winter.
It's a pretty fancy hat you got there.
Well, it's hunting season and I should not be on the menu.
No, you should definitely not be on the menu.
Perfect. What do you want to say to the channel?
Happy Thanksgiving! Alright everybody, happy Thanksgiving. We are going to make some pie. So I will include a link to the recipe that I'm using for this, but I'm actually doing a gluten-free and dairy-free pumpkin pie. I prefer to avoid dairy, so my family is going to prefer to avoid dairy today too. And I also picked up these really cool gluten-free pie crusts. I'm really excited to try them. I've never tried this brand. Okay, so I got my eggs. Now I'm going to add in some coconut milk. It's like 1 cup of coconut milk into 3 eggs. And then I've got a can of pumpkin. And now a bit of vanilla. And some brown sugar. And then this is basically a mix of salt, pumpkin pie spice, and cinnamon. And that's it for ingredients. So there you go, bam, the filling is done in less than like 4 minutes, honestly. And then this is the brand of crust that I'm going to be using. It's by this brand Wholly Wholesome. They're wholly gluten-free. Now I've never tried these, so hopefully these are good. You buy these in a pack of 2 and they are frozen. So I have I left 1 in the freezer because I'm only doing 1 pie. So I've let this baby sit out for maybe like 15-20 minutes, and it's soft now. Like, it's totally thawed out. Let's just fill our crust. Oh gosh, I hope this fits. We are either going to have a nice mess in the oven or a really, really filled pie. Alright, so just to be safe, I am going to put this in the oven on a cookie sheet because I don't want to make a big mess in my mom's oven. Alright, so the pie is done. Looks pretty good. It ended up cooking about 1 hour and 15 minutes. Plus, it did not really leak a whole lot. Alright, now I'm going to whip up some cranberry chutney. I actually did a video about this a year ago, so if you would like a further explanation about that, go check that out. I'll put a link below. But basically, it's all this stuff. I've got pear, apple, persimmon, some dates, some figs, a ton of cranberries, and then some apple cider and some pumpkin pie spice. Basically just going to whack all this stuff up and throw it on the stove. So if you do go to Costco, I would like to point out they have these organic dates right now, and they are so soft and so squishy and delicious and amazing. I'm familiar with buying their normal dates, but I've recently seen they just started selling these organic ones. They are amazing. I actually used to order organic dates from this date farm in Palm Springs, and these are like exactly the same except so much more affordable. So with the figs, I always just cut off this little weird part that's kind of hard, and that's it. I just then slice them up. So for the apple, pear, and persimmon, I do not peel them. I just take out the core, slice these babies up. Oh, those apples are delicious. I've never tried this kind. It's an opal apple, and I thought it looked really beautiful, but it's so good. It's really flavorful and really crunchy. Also, with this pear, you know, this is not the most beautiful looking pear. This has seen better days. It traveled up with me from Madison, so it got a little banged up, and that's okay. You know, it's gonna cook down. It's gonna add some nice sweetness, and I'm just gonna cut out any of the yucky parts, like the really bruised parts. And then for the persimmons, basically, I just kind of cut under the stem. I try to get as much fruit off as I can, but I'm just gonna cut around the stem a little bit. I generally do cut out this little chunk in the middle that's kind of chewy and fibrous, so I will take that out. And then this all just goes in here. So I do have about 4 cups of cranberries in there. And holy crap, I almost forgot like the best part of this, Meyer's lemons. So I've got 2 Meyer's lemons here. I'm just gonna slice these babies up. So when I do this, I do try to pick out a lot of the seeds, because obviously you don't want anybody just eating that. I mean, if you do, they're fine. Like they cook and get a little bit softer. All right, just put this on the stove. I'm gonna put in some apple cider and some pumpkin pie spice, and then let this baby cook down. Of course, I didn't use a big enough pan, but the pans are kind of a limited resource here on Thanksgiving. Alrighty, my cranberry sauce has been cooking for about a half an hour, so it's really cooked down a lot, and it looks awesome. So this only probably needs to cook like tiny bit more. And this beauty right here is Miss Thelma. Oh, I'm so tired. Tired kitty. Taking a snooze. Hey, Ben. Oh, such a peanut. Such a good girl. Such a good old kitty. Alright, folks, and now for turkey. This is how I'm actually going to cook the turkey. This is called the Jewel. So this is a sous vide machine. I've mentioned it on here before, but we're actually going to put it to test today. So yeah, basically I've got a pot of water here, and I'm going to put the Jewel in the pot, and then I'm going to get super fancy and open up the Jewel app. You see here, this is the Jewel app, super fancy here. I'm going to hit Start Jewel, and I'm going to be cooking at 143 degrees today. So I'm going to start the Jewel, and there we go. So it's going to start heating up the water, and then once it's ready, I'm going to put in my turkey. All right, so we're having a bit of a turkey massacre right now. I meant to buy just 1 turkey breast that did not have bones in it, but I ended up getting a full turkey breast with bones. So I don't want the bones, so my mom is helping me massacre this thing. So anyway, we got the breasts off. We have 2 breasts here. So we're going to season those up and tie them together. And then this is the skin, so I think I'm going to try this crispy skin thing. And then that is like the rest of the carcass, so we're going to turn that into stock, which we're going to turn into gravy. Alright, so first off, I start with some freshly cracked black pepper and a little bit of salt to season the turkey breast. So once I've got the one side done, I flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Then I'm going to put a little bit of sage and thyme in between these 2 babies, sandwich them together, and then tie them together. So I ended up using 7 pieces of string to get these turkey breasts nice and tight. And there we go, ready to sous vide. All right, look at that sexy lady all dressed up and ready to go in the water. Holy cats. All right, so here we are. We got this baby all dressed up and vacuum sealed. I ended up putting some thyme and sage leaves on there, and also some salt and pepper. So we ended up having a big enough vacuum bag for this. And now we're just going to put it in the water and let it cook. So this is basically the recipe from the Food Lab by Kenji Lopez Alt. So I haven't tried this before, but something similar to it, so fingers crossed. Alrighty, so here we are, almost ready to eat. I would say the turkey has been in the sous vide water for about 4.5 hours. I'm really excited to see how it is. So we did actually use all of the bones to make stock, to make gravy. So this was all of the extra turkey that I picked off of the carcass. So I'm sure that will be awesome tomorrow as leftovers. And then this beautiful piece of artwork is the skin. So in that same recipe I mentioned, the Food Lab sous vide turkey, which I'll link below, they talked about actually baking the skin to be extra crispy. So I did it. It's pretty interesting. I need to reheat that before we serve it. And then this is our beautiful pan of gravy. So we basically just thicken this with some gluten-free cornstarch, like non-GMO cornstarch. So that looks pretty good. Threw in a bunch of parsley and some other herbs. And then over here in the back, bubbling away, we've got some wild rice cooking in chicken stock. I love wild rice. Wild rice and gravy and turkey, yum. And then we've got some green beans here. These are just going to be steamed, and I'm going to throw in some avocado oil and herbe de Provence, if I can find it, and some slivered almonds. So yeah, we got all this fun stuff cooking right here. And then over here in this crock pot, my mom has some mashed potatoes. Now these are pretty wicked potatoes. They've got like a whole block of cream cheese in them. I'm avoiding dairy today, but I may partake in those because they are very tasty. All right, and here I'm just searing the turkey in a little bit of butter, and I'm also going to actually take some of the butter and put it on the turkey to baste it. All right, there she be. And then finally for dessert, we've got this lovely fruit tray. We've got some pears, persimmons, figs, apples, grapes, pineapple, and dates. Yum. And then there we have my lovely little dairy-free, gluten-free pie. I hope it's good. I feel like the center isn't fully cooked, but we'll see. And then just a few macaroons from Costco. That's the end of the box. We devoured the rest of them already. And then our beautiful little tablescape and the beautiful kitty looking outside at all the snow. All right, and here we are all ready for our feast. We got our cranberry sauce, crispy skin, wild rice, turkey gravy, oh, deviled eggs, wine, and so much more. So anyway, there you go. There's a little taste of Northwoods life and Thanksgiving and la 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 and how to sous vide a turkey. So anywho, I hope you have had a wonderful Thanksgiving, as this will come out after Thanksgiving. So anywho, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!